Today we're checking out the Case IH Tiger-Made 255 field cultivator and the Pattison 4800 NH3 Wagon from Custom Modding. Together, these mods will create a formidable team, allowing you to fertilize your fields as well as ripping them up. One thing to note, the Pattison cart will work with anhydrous ammonia, however, your map has to support it. The mod does not add that feature into the game by default. It is all about the map. Otherwise, you're just going to be doing liquid fertilizer or herbicide. Taking a look at some customization options, we've got some pretty cool stuff in here on the Tiger-Made 255. So this is a cultivator at the end of the day. 500 horsepower is required on it. It's an 18.2 meter worker width, making it an absolutely massive cultivator and one that I would actually use. I said that out loud, didn't I? 9 mile an hour, max working speed, and it'll cost you $104,463,000. Now, we have quite a few customization options, including the NH3 fertilizer application system. You will have to add this in order to run the Pattison cart on the back. You can see there, we've got the Raven set up, and it will run everything out to your rows. Then for the harrows on the very back, we got a 4-bar Tiger Tine harrow, the 2-bar and Soil Command Crumbler, as well as a 3-bar with the Soil Command Crumbler, and back to that 4-bar again. So you can choose between those. They are pretty pricey. The 4-bar is going to be the cheapest one at $14,000, but if you go with the 2-bar on Soil Command, it's 30 grand, and then 39 for the 3-bar. Just be aware of that. Plus, at the front, we have numbers. A 1 through 5. I don't think you're going to be running any more than 5 of these. However, we always go 3 for Dale. And there you go. In the setup that I would run this is going to cost you about $144,000. And this is the version that I'll be showing in our gameplay. Now, when it comes to the Pattison cart, this is super, super detailed. Lots and lots of details on here. You will see a couple things that you're not going to see in the modded version, though. Number one, the Goodyear tires. These are going to be a Lizard brand, and so are the Firestone. However, we will have the Susi, so that is very, very nice. And with these, we have a couple different options to choose from, with chunky wheels in the front or not. You can either go with really, really, really big wheels. Those are pretty cool. As far as the other ones go, you can run some kind of dual setups, whether you're running a standard set or bigger ones, and then Firestones are going to be kind of singles or duals independently. Beacon light, well, you got that if you need it around towards the back. Working lights, we've got those as well all the way around. Plus, it even adds the wiring for the working lights. Fantastic. And lastly, if you need to, you can run the highway lights, which, yes, adds even more electrical wiring down the side. Those will allow you to run this on the road, which is very cool. As it sits right now, because I'm on Alma, Missouri in the game, the anhydrous ammonia is not supported on this map. Therefore, 18,169 liters, that is all going to be liquid fertilizer and herbicide, at least for here. Off the top of my head, I don't actually know any modhub maps that support anhydrous ammonia, so if you do, hey, let me know. Otherwise, we're just going to be showing this off today on Alma, Missouri with liquid fertilizer. Now, as always, I like to take a very, very deep dive into the details on Custom Modding's mods because they usually hide some very cool either features or just, text, something that you wouldn't actually know is there. So here you can see we've got our text there. If we come down, well, can I drop down a little bit? Maybe, hang on. There we go. Look at that. There's a sticker, and you can read the darn thing. That's great. We got the NH3 4800 there. Caution, anhydrous ammonia, inhalation hazard. You've got the numbering right here, too. That's pretty cool. You can see the welds. Those look great. All the stuff down at the bottom. That's awesome. Here's some more stuff with some more text. Can we zoom in on this? Look at that. Look how clear that is. That's insane. Oh, I love it, man. I love it. Even more right here. More first aid. Gotta love that. Around towards the back of the machine now. You can see we've got our, what is that? Spray fill and vapor there. Look at those hoses. Those look really, really good. Man. Same thing over here. Just kind of a backwards way of setting it up. Of course, everything all the way around. Even the dials. Look how clear this dial is. Nicholas, what are you doing, man? Oh, they look so good. And then it's kind of mirrored on the other side as well. We don't have to jump in and zoom in on anything. Just looks great, man. As far as our cultivator goes, well, we've got the Raven set up here, so this is probably important to zoom in to show you guys. Of course, everything is legible. It's very nice that you can read all of that. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring in this hose, which has come from back here all the way through there. Nice hitch setup. And then, of course, all of our hoses and things have connections here too. That way we can actually run it. Let's get this thing unfolded, I think. Yeah, you think you've got a pretty good eye on the outside of it. Let's get it unfolded here. Oh, and you probably knew this already, but we can unfold the lights on the back. So that's pretty cool. And yes, they do work with your turn signals and stuff like that. So that's very nice. All right, now let's turn that off and let's really, really deep dive into the details on this thing. Bolts are looking really good. One of the neat things about custom modding mods as well is usually you can follow things and follow exactly where the hose should be. They really go into deep, deep detail on this stuff, whereas some things you may see it just, you know, one or another. But man, oh man, it looks good. Right here in the front, you've got the Bain Welker logo there. That's nice. Over the way through here, you've got the agronomic design number 3, as we mentioned. Look at this, even more dials. Super clear, dude. Is this got a QR code on it? It does have a QR code on it. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can find a visible one where I can scan. Well, sadly, that QR code is not scanning. I tried. You can't say I didn't try. Hey, maybe one day. Oh, here's another one. Maybe I can zoom in on this one. Nah, still not able to get it. That's all right. It's probably just a little bit off for pixels or something like that. Back here, you can also see we've got some diagrams there, so you can see exactly what is what. Nice. Looking good, looking good. All the springs, the chains, everything. Chains are a little weird in Farm Sim anyway. So are springs. They're all kind of they're 3D, but really they're just 2-dimensional at the end of the day. But it still doesn't look too bad. Not too bad at all. Man, I am digging this. One thing, did I just walk through that? I did. I'll have to make sure I report that. So now that you've got a really good look at it, you've got a nice appreciation for the details, let's head into the field. Let's head out there and see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. The good thing is, it's a pretty straightforward piece of equipment. I mean, we've got a big cultivator. We've got a tank in the back with liquid fertilizer in it. You can also run herbicide, as we mentioned. However, herbicide's not going to do anything for you in this application. So whenever you add the herbicide with this setup, unfortunately, you're just going to be putting in nothing, I guess. It's not going to do anything. The cultivator itself doesn't activate. But when you've got this setup done, both of them activate together. You don't have to turn it on and off, although you can. It's kind of nice. Let's get in this field. Let's change this up. So here we go. All we have to do is lower down the cultivator and then just go. And from there, everything will work perfectly. As you can see, we've got fertilizer going down. That's awesome. And we've got the cart. Well, the cart's just kind of hanging out and following us along. And that's it. You're cultivating and you are putting in fertilizer at the same time. That makes things nice and easy. It's also super maneuverable, especially if you're using a tractor like this. As you can see, no collisions. Oh, I had to fight it just a little bit there. I would definitely utilize some big tractor that's articulating. You could probably get away with a Magnum as long as you get enough power, but I don't think you're going to have enough power. So there's that, although there's mods that can help out with that. Now, a couple more things. If we turn off the cultivator, it stops working. Interesting. Very cool. Very cool. So when it's lowered, we can turn on and off that cultivator. As you can see up here at the top left-hand corner, we can turn that on and off. Basically, we're just turning on the ability to cultivate or not. That's kind of what's happening there. Let's see. Here's this area right here. Let's see if that puts down any fertilizer. Let's see. Growth, soil composition, fertilize. There we go. All right. So no, whenever you turn off the cultivator, it goes off as well. You may notice the cultivator's still down, but even turned off, not cultivating. So this is an interesting one. I actually realized this a little bit late. You cannot cultivate if you have the Raven system on without the cart in the back. So what we will have to do is turn off the Raven system or remove it. So this is what it looks like removed. So now that that's gone, we can hook back up to the cultivator and drop down, and it works as a normal cultivator, just like that. Funny enough, as of right now, if you don't have the Raven system, you still can hook up. However, I don't think it works No, it does not work. So, though it may hook up, it's not going to do anything if you're not using the Raven system. So pretty straightforward. If you are going to be using fertilizer, the Pattison tank with it, well, turn on the application. If you are not going to, do not have it. And it'll work exactly the way you need it to. Couple things to look at before we jump in and see some compatibility. So in here, we've got the Case IH Tiger made. This is kind of like a fact sheet almost. You can see the different setups, and you've also got your power and everything up at the top. We've also, if we pop over, take a look at the Pattison cart. Well, pretty much exactly what we just looked at. This one's in gallons instead of liters, but you get the idea. Also, it is under the ammonia setup. However, we don't have that in most maps. It's important to look at least. Now, taking a look at some screenshots, we've got this one right here. This is the exact same setup that we have been using ourselves. So nothing new here. But if we pop over and take a look, we have a little bit of a different cart set up for ammonia here on our C850 cart for the John Deere stuff. Very interesting. That's one that we haven't seen yet, but there was a little bit of a rumor that we were doing something with tracks, but I hadn't seen it like this. This is very cool, though. We also see another Pattison cart, a little bit of a smaller one. And we had this at Farm Sim 22, and it's no surprise that it'll be coming to Farm Sim 25 as well. However, you can see right now it is hooked up to their case planter, and that's an interesting one because I didn't know that it had a hitch on it. So we'll have to check that out. Now, our first setup here is the DB120 from JHHG Modding. I am making the assumption, what do you mean this crop can't be planted in August? Can now. All right, rocking and rolling, doing our thing. We've got a full liquid fertilizer, and it says that liquid fertilizer's going in. Let's see, needs rolling, but yep, there it is. Yep, fertilizer, all good. So DB120 works with the cart. Now, here's Custom Modding's 2160 early riser planter. Again, I don't remember seeing a hitch on the back, and I don't think there is one. So unless this is getting an update, I'm not sure what's gonna happen here, but we'll go nice and slow with it just to see if we get a hitch point, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Nope. So that one's not hooking up. And then we're gonna take a look at the Kinsey planter, and we've got the Versatile 365 on here from our Plains and Prairies pack. Very excited. This should work perfectly fine. Might be a little bit of a big tank to put on the back of this, but if it works, I mean, what do you do, right? Let's see. I think maybe I got the wrong hitch on there. Let's see. Rear hitch, low. We'll go high just to see if that changes anything. And it does. All right, perfect. So now we can take this, drop it down. We've got all of our liquid fertilizer showing in the back. And putting down corn again. Looking good. And it's putting it down. So, yes, it works. It's really, at the end of the day, just going to be a extension. So whether you need an extension for liquid fertilizer or herbicide, this is a tank that it will work with. Let's see, I'm curious about the connections with this one though, just to see what's connected and what's not. We do have a hose there, but nothing else is connected. This guy, just chilling out. I guess there's nowhere to put it in there anyway. Actually, there is somewhere in there. Yeah, it's right there. There it is. So the Kinsey may need an update if it's going to work properly with it, but as I mentioned, I don't think you're going to be using it with it. That's all right. And the last thing I want to talk about is the very, very small point where you can hook this up. It is a very, very, very small area. So whenever you're hitching this, you will need to make sure you are right on it. There is not much room for forgiveness. And there you go. That is all of the information that I've got for you for today on the Case IH TigerMate 255 field cultivator and the Pattison 4800 anhydrous ammonia wagon, both from Custom Modding. Big shout out to Custom Modding and Nicholas for sending this over to show you guys ahead of their release. Very, very excited to see both of these coming out for all platforms. So that is a 2 thumbs up, big moment. Absolutely loving it. If you have any questions about these, hey, let me know down in the comment section below. If you want to check out Custom Modding, I'll have a couple links in the description if you'd like to see what else they're up to. Otherwise, just hope you have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out with me. We'll see you in the next one.